It's go time for the Internet Computer ICP. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We will be revisiting our price prediction and technical roadmap that we set forward for the Internet Computer and the ICP token. We're going to be taking a look at that, how it's progressed and where we currently are. And I'm going to be showing you guys why ICP may be about to continue its move onto higher ground by looking at the ICP, the Internet Computer dominance. So the share that the Internet Computer has in regards to the overall crypto space, where that's at. It's beautifully at support. It was previously resistance, now in my opinion flipped to support. That's going to bounce. That's likely going to coincide with the Internet Computer going up, because generally altcoins don't gain ground in a time when Bitcoin isn't, which means there's likely a bullish kind of time ahead for the market generally, which ICP may be about to do well in. So we will be looking at that towards the second half of the video. We're also going to be looking at something really interesting in regards to developers and development activity. And the Internet Computer and Dfinity have actually overtaken Cardano and Polkadot, which have held the top two spots for a long time now in regards to development activity. And we're going over to Sentiment to show you guys that. Really where I want to start though is with a clip of Dominic Williams actually explaining in more detail what the Internet Computer is and why it's so revolutionary. And really the more I look into this project, the more intrigued about it I am. When we think about Web3, we think about a decentralized internet. And right now there's an irony and perhaps a hypocrisy in the sense that the vast majority of Web3 dApps, chains, and things associated with Web3, this supposedly decentralized internet, all use a centralized provider for things like cloud computing, data storage, and basically run on legacy systems and rely on legacy systems in many cases to facilitate their supposedly decentralized blockchains. The Internet Computer came about to basically be a decentralized internet and kind of Web 3.0 or Cloud 3.0. And what I want to do is dive into this clip of Dominic actually talking about this, talking about the benefits and what's really trying to be done here to help you guys kind of understand what this project is that we're really bullish on from a fundamental narrative point of view. We think DeepIn is just as big a narrative as Bitcoin. And what I mean by that is that Bitcoin came about to decentralize and take back the power from the central bankers and the fiat systems that are basically used to manipulate the masses and create a kind of more fairer money or store of value, if you will. I think it's more of a store of value than money. The Internet Computer has came about to take back the power from basically the three companies that own the infrastructure of the internet in the form of cloud and data storage, which right now the vast majority of Web3 applications currently use and utilize. Guys, let's dive into this clip and then we're going to be doing some price analysis.
To bring the Internet Computer into production. And it's a very interesting crypto network, a blockchain, because it can actually function as a cloud. You can build anything on the Internet Computer. You can build a social network, you can build an enterprise system, you can build a metaverse, a game, whatever. And the Internet Computer is really intended as a replacement for traditional IT. The general vision is this, that we're extending the public internet. The Internet Computer extends the public internet with cloud functionality so that people can build on the internet as well as using it to connect things. So what does that give you? What happens when people build systems and services on the internet? Well, they can become unstoppable, right? And run on the internet and become unstoppable like the internet. They can be sovereign. You know, the systems and services aren't beholden to big tech platforms, and they don't have kill switches and backdoors. They're tamper-proof, and this, of course, is very, very important. You know, you don't need a firewall around Bitcoin. There's no firewall protecting Bitcoin. There's no firewall protecting Ethereum smart contracts. And when you build a system or service on the Internet Computer, you don't need a firewall to protect it because you're building with tamper-proof and unstoppable code. You can create Web3 services that are DAO-powered and run under the complete control of a community, which is unique. And we believe that's the true promise of Web3. You can create systems that are autonomous, which means that a system exists independently of a person or a company. It might be immutable. It might be some code that nobody can change, that everybody agrees to share. or it could be code that's updated by a DAO. And lastly, and this is a subtle one, when you build on the internet computer, you're building on a stateful serverless cloud using kind of super modern Cloud 3.0 technology, essentially. You're building with an advanced form of smart contracts technology. And one of the things with this is that it simplifies R&D. You can build scalable systems and services on the internet computer for less than you can on traditional IT, like Amazon Web Services, using things like databases and so on. So the general vision is that we believe tech history arcs towards public networks. And you go from private infrastructure to public networks. An example would be the information superhighway proposed by Microsoft and Oracle in the 1990s. These big tech corporations wanted everybody to be connected by this thing called the information superhighway, and it had to be a walled garden. In the end, everybody wanted the public internet. We want to replace legacy IT, which is private, closed, centralized infrastructure, with the internet computer.
So the internet computer ICP really is kind of the vision for Web3. And that's why we are so intrigued by it, because it essentially looks to completely revolutionize, using distributed ledger technology, the internet, and thus potentially improve all our lives. Now that we've got the sort of fundamental stuff out the way of, and very quickly before we do away with talking about the fundamentals for ICP, let's take a quick look at this report from Santiment. It was reposted by Dominic himself. It says, here are the top 10 projects sorted by notable GitHub activity in the past 30 days. And you can see that Dfinity ICP is first in this, actually by quite a margin as well. Let's talk about the internet computer's price. And you guys will remember that we gave a price prediction. We've given price predictions for a number of different cryptocurrencies. And right now we are in a double bottom pattern. We have broken out of that pattern. Also a stage 1 base, which we've identified, into stage 2, all confirmed and backed up by volume. And we did say on the point of this break, it was very likely you were going to make the double bottom target, which is currently at $24.43. And you are making your way up there. Yes, you've had a bit of a stall box. Very common once you actually break support. You come back and test it as resistance. You can see that over here with where both of these candles wick down to. It's not a coincidence. Traders, institutions use these levels just like we do here on the channel. Since then, we did say there was a bit of a small continuation pattern that we did pop to the upside out of. However, after, we probably zoomed in a little bit too much there. However, after popping out of this pattern, we did get brought back in and we've consolidated slightly higher. I do think this is ready to turn, and I do think you are very likely to be making your way towards the $24 mark. This $24 mark is going to coincide with a key level of significance that we do think is going to form, that is essentially going to look to create a inverse head and shoulders. If we get that, you are potentially looking at a target of $200 per ICP. Now, we do think this bull market is going to be significantly larger than the last one. We do think it's going to have tens of trillions of dollars in, and that could see ICP's market cap getting to the kind of valuation that it would be if the internet computer did get to $200. Remember that nothing I say or do on this channel is financial advice. Why do I think, in the sort of immediate time scale that we're in, that the internet computer is likely to continue moving higher here? Let's go back down the time frames again, show you where you're currently at. Well, not only is it now respecting what was a capping grind line, so basically a trend line that you were pinned under, I also think that the internet computer, in regards to dominance, is actually at a key level of support. And if you think about altcoin dominance, altcoins don't go up in terms of dominance in an environment that is bearish, because Bitcoin will gain ground against them. There's going to have to be a bullish environment for altcoins to gain dominance in regards to the overall cryptocurrency market. And actually, to further that, you can see this is very clearly support flipped into resistance that has now flipped, in my opinion, into support, which means this is going to go up, which means the ICP, internet computer, is going to be gaining ground against the rest of the market. And that's not going to happen in an environment where things are going down. So when we look at the internet computer dominance, we can see a bounce coming for that. that is going to correlate to a bounce in regards to price on the short term. And we are going to be progressing, like we stated at the point of break, on volume to this $24 mark. So it's just a case of sitting back, watching and waiting and allowing these things to play out. Lots of volatility in the markets in regards to the volume that we're seeing coming into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still that tide that rises and sinks all ships. Guys, that's all I've got for you in this video. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always greatly appreciated, and so is a comment. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next.